Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you again so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's take a look here at AVAX, see what's going on here. I got a lot of requests for this coin recently, just kind of see how low it can possibly go, right? I think we're probably tentatively at our bottom. I mean, Bitcoin has bottomed out essentially, and it's on the rise back to that 57, 58, just say 60K range, right? So at this point, what we want to look at is a few key factors. In future reference, if you're new to like the channel, a lot of times I'll post playout charts as a result of watching or analyzing these charts for you. So just keep in mind that these lines here kind of tell you what I'm thinking, where the price is going to go. Look at this here. We missed our entry at $26 for a short. To the ground effectively by about 20 cents. That's a bummer. Either way you look at it, when you look at the X here on the chart, that's basically implying that's where I would consider taking a long, because we would have broken the descending trend line at the time and been over the 50-day SMA. So future reference, that's just kind of what that looks like there. So if you are new to the channel, welcome aboard. Hope you can learn something today. If you do want to become a better trader, CryptoCache.tech is a site, link down below. I do recommend, if you are part of my community, make sure you read through our signals guide. Extremely important to recognize how my signals are structured, best practice for that. And then also make sure you enable all channels so you can be part of my trade alerts. This is a newer feature where I just kind of alert you on trades I'm looking to take. I kind of post playout charts there too, but they're a little bit more detailed, in-depth analysis for our Pioneer or higher members. So when we take a look here at the time frames, let's look at the liquidation first. We'll go back to that in a minute. We can see there's a ton of liquidation down below at $17. That's standard for any kind of bottom. A lot of longs, those are the longs that are survived and are essentially in profit right now. Okay, now for the most part, that should start to dissipate as the price goes higher because longs will close their position and liquidation events will disappear. If we see here though, we can see 2150 as a rough estimate is that next area of liquidation, along with 2220. So 2220, 2150, basically just say 2220, the price action just about the more local high is essentially the area in which we could see the price go to. If we do look at the macro here, there's not much to really note. All the previous longs that got destroyed between 23 and 26. I mean, the whole entire market got destroyed on Sunday, so it's not like it's uncommon or unique to this coin, but it's still par for the course, right? Just kind of the way that's going right now. Bitcoin is making a run towards 57K to test that 0.382 fib level, so I'm expecting somewhat of a resistance here soon. Let's go ahead and post or update rather our fib levels here and kind of see where we're at. Okay, so $21 even is at 0.236 fib for AVAX. We can see a multiple retest there before it broke to the upside. We are seeing a that's 20 on the SMA for the 4-hour time frame holding as a potential support. Now again, just because you broke above it doesn't mean it's just going to hold, but it's an important thing to recognize that when we're above that level, we've shifted from bearish to moderately bullish. And I say moderately bullish with a light emphasis there because people mistake the term and kind of think that we just go long from here. Truth is, not a lot of coins are looking great right now. While most coins are in the green, they've had that natural knee-jerk reaction to the bottom being tentatively in. You don't just blindly jump into trade. So again, just be careful when I say the word bullish. I'm more so referring to certain time frames. And when I emphasize the word tentative, please understand that that means temporary, okay? It's not a guarantee. So we're not going to be bullish, by the way, until we're back over the 20 and the 50-day SMA on the daily. That's generally a good trend setter, a good starting point. And with just breaking back up over 30 on the RSI, this is that natural correction that occurs. So again, congrats if you bought the dip. Just be careful just taking longs in the blind right now because I still think we might see some tricks up Bitcoin's sleeve. Okay, so just be mindful of that. However, there's definitely still some positive that does imply Bitcoin should increase here moving forward too. So I would say generally things are looking slightly more favorable to the upside, but again, just don't put your blinders on. 4-hour time frame, MACD's converging, RSI at 50, getting close to that level. So we're coming up to a resistance range. And again, I've talked about this in other coins that I've analyzed here so far today, but if you look, the last time we were below 30 on the RSI was right here. So we broke under 50 on the RSI right there. We've stayed under the RSI at 50 the entire time. Okay, so keep in mind when that happens, and here's a confirmation. This is when we broke above 50 on the RSI. That's what it did when it broke above, and this is what it did when it broke below. Okay, so again, just kind of an indication of where we're at. We're under 50 on the RSI, generally still not favorable. Okay, we've also got a more recent low here at about 2180 as a rough estimate. That's going to be the new high. In other words, we should experience price action to reject off 2175, 2180 range at the first attempt because of the fact that it's a resistance range. and was previously, okay? So we're just going to be mindful and pay attention to that level. I'm speculating we're going to start seeing some resistance here soon. Unless Bitcoin makes a run towards 60K, we shouldn't experience a dramatic increase from AVAX. Just, again, from a technical standpoint, that's less likely. Ichimoku Cloud, let's confirm here. We've got a lot of breakouts on the cloud for most coins, basically implying we are tentatively bullish, okay? And again, tentative on the smaller time frames, that implies that you want to watch it closely, and if you take a long, you understand that we have a more local resistance at the 21.80, basically $22 mark, and it's important to recognize that we're not like totally bullish, but there's a stronger chance the price will go up than down at this exact moment because of that. We got our local point of control as well at 1885, so heaven forbid the price action comes down to that range, we should experience some support there. Overall, the situation here at hand is not phenomenal, but it's mostly positive on the smaller time frames. So it is presumed here that this price action should continue higher to the 22, possibly even $23 range, based on the simple fact that we've broken through that little tentative resistance, and more importantly, we're back up over the cloud. These are all confirming factors that generally give us more favorability to the upside. Okay, so statistically more probable to find success going up than down. Just make sure that you watch it close, adjust your stop loss higher to ensure you secure profits, which is what we do generally in majority of our trades. Okay, so at this point, AVAX is extremely tentative in its bearish tendencies. All right, that makes sense. Thanks so much again for watching. If you want to tune into our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord, I do have playout charts here that I post regularly. Again, if you're part of our Discord, make sure you enable all alerts here for our trade alerts section. Watch my university videos, folks. It's crazy how many people don't watch those, and it's an important part of learning to become a better trader. So again, after 20 years in the industry, I've developed a few good habits, I'd like to say, and at this point here, that's important to continue to maintain those. So I'll talk to you later. Hope you all have a good rest of your day. Thanks again so much for your time. Take care.